I'm Brooke.
And I'm Hope.
And this is the Bookish and Bubbly podcast.
Woo!
Send it. How's it going, Hope?
We're going.
We're live, baby.
Oh, you know, it's going well. I'm loving this summer.
It's a great summer so far.
I just feel like I'm having fun, living life.
Feeling free.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Your tagline.
Yeah. Oh, it's been so fun.
Yeah. I just feel like it's been a good time.
Yeah. Well, you've had a lot of fun things happening.
I feel like I have.
Yeah.
It's been a good time.
Yeah. And I'm having a good time too. Not doing as many things, still having a great time.
Yeah.
And I get to come here like all the time, so that's been great.
That's honestly, it adds so much to it.
Yeah.
Spreads forever.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
So, what was going on in your week last week? Let's hear it.
Let's see. What was I doing last week? Oh, I was going to say, I think my ears are messed up. Because I've been driving in Mitchell's car because we had cars break down, all this stuff. And his car does not have AC. So you drive with the windows down. And I think I have made myself deaf.
Oh, no.
And I'm not joking. Like, I have a ringing in my ear right now, in my left ear. Yeah. From the windows being down. Also, I do listen to my music. Like, I was listening to Sparks Fly a lot this weekend because Taylor released Speak Now. But I'm struggling to hear. Not struggling to hear. I just kind of feel like I'm a little bit underwater. That's what I feel like.
Have you been swimming a lot?
No, I didn't swim. I feel like I have water in my ears, though. That's exactly how I feel. I don't know.
Me neither. Back to your week again.
Yes. And then we went camping this weekend with my
Nice.
mom's side of the family. We do that every year, so that was super fun.
That's really fun.
And by camping, I mean that we drive to the campground and chill there for the day and then leave and go sleep in our warm beds at night. Or cool
Honestly,
beds, I should say, because it's hot.
That's how you do it.
My parents did have a camper this time, so we could have stayed. But again, got two 18-month-olds. I'm good. I'm really okay. I'm okay if we don't stay for the whole weekend.
Yeah. I would have said,
Yeah.
oh, do you want the babies to spend the night with you?
I was thinking of that. I was like, that would be a great move for me.
Yeah.
And then I don't stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go home.
Exactly.
I would have done that.
But yeah, so that was really fun. That was awesome seeing
Nice.
everybody. Yeah. What's been going on in your week, Hope?
Okay, last week felt like what?
I forgot it was
You
the
go
4th.
ahead, girl.
It was the 4th of July. It was the 4th of
It
July.
was. What
Yeah.
did you do? Back
We
to
just
you, Brooke.
back to you. Nothing. I was just gonna say we went to a parade. Their first parade, and it was really cute.
Aw.
It was hot.
Did they like it? Were they saying hi
loved
to
it.
everyone?
Yes, and like there were fire engines, and that was a big hit. Big fans. It got a little hot, and I think they got maybe a little overheated because they looked pretty dazed by the end. But also there was like it was a lot of people, you know. So they were probably so overstimulated, and they crashed on the way home. So, but it's fine.
Aww.
Yeah, it was cute. They were so cute. Okay, so how was your week? Back to you, Hope.
You got anything else you want to say?
I don't know. I'm sure I'll think of something.
Okay, let's go back to last weekend first.
Okay.
I went camping too, at my aunt's camper, but they have a camper and it's got air conditioning and a real toilet, so I'm fine with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you usually stay with Phyllis, though?
No, Sherry.
Sherry.
And
Sorry.
she's got like a real full-size bed that I sleep in. It's really not camping, but there's like a golf cart and you're outside and, you know, whatever.
It's camping.
Yeah.
All these camping purists, literally.
Yeah. So, yeah, we did that. We went boating. We just had the best time. It was just a really good weekend. And then it was 4th of July. So
What'd you do? Yeah.
We came home from camping and I was like, I just want to chill. Like I had the day off. I was like, I don't really want to do anything. And then my aunt called and she was like, you want to go to the pool? And I'm like, yeah, I can't say no to her. So I'm like, yeah, screw it. That's fine.
No one can say no to Aunt Nan.
Literally.
We
we went to the pool and then my uncle, after, he was like, when you get done, come on back because I got food I'm making. And I'm like, you got me. So I did that. And then Oh my gosh, it was so funny. So everyone in my family kind of like did their own thing this year. So I was like, it was time for the fireworks. I was like, oh, like, I'm sad now. Like, I didn't plan to go with anybody. And I'm like, I want to see them. So I'm like, I'm going to just drive to the Westerville ones where my family used to go. And then I was like, that's kind of depressing to like go by yourself.
No, it's okay.
No. So I was like, no. So I called my mom and I'm like, where are you guys at? Because they live out in Grove City. I'm like, where are you at? I'm going to come meet you. And so she like sent me her location. Well, I got there like 2 minutes after it started, and I'm trying to find them. And they're
during fireworks.
Yeah, and they're somewhere in this neighborhood. So I'm like trying to find them. I couldn't. Finally, I'm like, screw it. Like I'm just gonna stand here by myself, watch these fireworks. But it was so funny because this old man, he was probably in his like 60s, came up to me as I'm just like standing in what I think was his yard watching the fireworks, and he's like, hey, I've got an extra chair on my porch. Like, do you want to come finish watching the fireworks with me? And at first I was like, no, thank you though. And like walked away. But then I was like, I should have watched the fireworks with this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was sitting outside.
Yeah.
I didn't feel, and I could totally have taken this guy. Like he was this frail old guy, you know? But I was like, that was such an act of kindness.
It was.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where that was going to go.
He was not like a creepy old guy. It was like just cute, like
a
grandpa.
Cute old man.
Yeah.
The grandpa from Up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, a little bit. Yeah. So after I like went home, I was like, I should have just sat with him. How funny would that have been if I like took a picture with him?
Oh my gosh. You got a new best friend.
You would have loved that. But yeah, so yeah. And then I just feel like at work, it felt like it was like the longest, shortest week ever. We only worked 3 days. Yeah. And it was like the longest week ever. But it's fine.
But it's fine. I'm fine with it.
We survived, but and then this weekend was really fun. I'll just take over the podcast for a minute and talk all about myself.
You barely have been talking.
I feel like this is long-winded.
You've barely been talking.
Anyway, my friend, one of my greatest friends,
I forgot to ask you.
Yeah, and because she lives in a different country, and so she was going back, and my friend Robbie and I were taking her to the airport because she was flying out of Cleveland, and long story short, she needed someone to take her. She already had a hotel room.
Yeah.
So we went with her. Oh my gosh, did we just have the best time ever. We get to this hotel. It's a Holiday Inn, which I was like,
hotel, motel, Holiday
like I've never stayed at a Holiday Inn. So oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
I love Pitbull. Yeah, so we get there and we walk in and there's like music coming from both sides. And this place is huge.
Okay.
So we turned to like one side and it's this wedding, this huge wedding. And I was like, guys, let's crash it.
Yeah.
But then there was music coming from the other side. So Robbie goes and he looks and he comes back and he's like, oh my God, you guys, there's a bar here. And they have a live band and there's a dance floor.
At a Holiday Inn?
Yes! What? And so he's like, we're going. And I'm like, we're going. And our other friend, she was like, no, like I have to catch a flight like at 4, like we should really just go to bed. And I was like, girl,
I drove you here.
I said, we are going because we all just needed like a good night.
Yeah.
So we went upstairs, put our stuff down. We go downstairs. I promise you, in this bar, there's probably like 20 to 30 people.
Okay.
Everyone was at least 25 years older than us. Like, it was geriatric
you're kind of people.
night.
You're kind of people,
honestly. I remember this one guy. He was, like, walking around, like, probably in his 70s.
Yeah.
Just with a full glass of wine the whole night. As soon as he would drink it, he filled that thing back up. And he was just dancing all over the place. So our friend was like, guys, like, I don't know. And we're like, listen, we are never going to see these people again.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yes.
When I tell you, we were dancing the most ridiculous, like the shopping cart, and
wonderful.
Robbie was flossing, and like,
oh my gosh,
we just did not care. By the time we were done, like we were soaking wet, my hair is wet, like we just left it all out there on that dance floor.
Well, exactly as you should. Remember, we talked about that. If you're not sweaty after dancing, what are you doing?
Yeah, and they were playing Pitbull songs and
there
like
you go.
Old Usher and
wow,
those poor geriatrics. Don't know what hit them when Yeah by Usher came on, because we were like bent over doing the rap, like smacking, like everything.
As you have to when that song comes on.
And they all like were just like mouths open, like, yeah.
I figured the guy with the full wine glass would have got down.
Oh,
with
he
you
was
guys.
out there with us.
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was definitely out there with us.
He's got like.
But do you know those nights when you're like, I want to like remember this forever?
Yeah.
Like, it was just one of those nights.
And they're better, I feel like, when they're unexpected.
Yes.
Those kinds of nights.
And we were like in shorts and t-shirts, like,
yeah.
it was just
and
a
you're
hot mess.
comfortable.
Yeah.
That's the best.
We just tore that dance floor up, and it was just like the most memorable night. And it just, I still keep thinking about it because it was just such a blessing.
I'm glad. And it was right before she left.
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool.
Yeah. It was just like the perfect night, perfect road trip with friends.
Good.
So, yeah.
I'm so glad. That's
Good
so
time.
fun.
I've just like, literally, we were just like, let's just do it. Like, we're never going to see these people again. Like,
Also,
why do we care? I typically don't care.
Also, they provided a dance floor. So
Yeah.
it was calling your name. It literally was asking to be danced upon.
Honestly, like on dance floors though, like I typically go for it. I don't care.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like nobody looks like that.
Also,
great.
it's a Holiday Inn, so I don't think it's like a destination.
No.
I think people are staying there.
We're in Cleveland. Come on.
I've never heard of that at a Holiday Inn
Never
before.
either. It was called Impulse.
Oh,
It was like a
it was like a
club.
club.
Yeah. It was called Impulse.
That's hilarious.
And it was just so much fun. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah. It was a good time.
That's
I
fun.
made this old lady. I'm like, do you know how to take a picture? Can you take a picture
Yeah.
of us? Because like we have to remember this night. It was just a good time.
Good. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's so fun.
I know. I wish when we were out there, I was like, man, Brooke would be tearing this up too.
Oh, you know I would have.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to get on a dance floor. You know?
Well, we're going on girls' night soon, and I'm really Liv. Does she like to dance?
Yes, she loves dancing. Are you kidding me?
I just got so excited. Okay, we have to find a good dance floor.
Yes.
Okay, to all the people of the pod,
Listen.
send us your best places around Columbus that has a dance floor for like a girls' night.
Yes. No strip clubs, please.
Yeah, let's make it rated somewhere between PG-13 and, well, not all.
No,
somewhere between PG and PG-13. Heavier on the 13.
I really would love to go to Big Bang since they went to that new location.
Oh my goodness. I love that place. The only thing is I feel like there's really not a dance floor there.
They really didn't
Like
do
the
well
night
with
we
that.
were there, I feel like there's a dance floor just because.
I was going to say, I
It was
remember
us.
seeing some videos of you.
Don't say of me because you were there too. When?
Oh, I thought you meant when you went with
Oh,
Aunt
at my
Nan.
mom. Okay, the new place. We went to the
That's
old
what I
place.
meant.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, they didn't have a dance floor at all when we went.
No, honey, we just make our own dance floor.
We do. That's true. Wherever we go.
But that was a good night for my mom's bachelor.
Yeah, that looked fun.
I can't wait. I already thought, I was like, I got to get a new outfit. We got to do something.
Oh,
I don't know.
boy. I don't have any clothes.
Wear your romper.
Oh, my gosh, I could. But
Yeah.
what do I wear underneath?
Nothing. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Edit that out.
Oh, that's funny. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Perfect.
Remember when we used to go through Kayla's closet?
I sure do.
Man.
And she had all the jewelry.
The purses.
Oh my gosh. You don't even know. You guys, it was like going to a store.
Yeah. Shopping at Plato's Closet every time.
Literally. But like even more inventory than they had in the entire
Honestly,
department
yeah.
store. Crazy.
Those were the days.
Oh, and we found, Mitchell and I went to my parents' house and cleaned out some of the stuff that was in their basement. And I found a bunch of notes from middle school from Hope and
We're
Megan.
not reading.
And everyone was obsessed with me. No, I just didn't keep, obviously I didn't keep notes that I had sent to you because
And I didn't.
that
keep
doesn't
them
make any
either.
sense.
I'm so sorry.
I don't care. It's fine. But it was so funny. We were all very clearly obsessed with each other.
Yeah.
They were like so like
Dramatic.
so dramatic. Like, I literally love you so much. I would literally die without you.
can't
I
live
thank
without
God
you.
every day that you are in my life. And it was so, like, every letter was like that. Even the ones we were, like, passing to each other, like, in the middle of class, where I would literally write, Brooks Swordsman Trooper, Genoa Christian Academy, seat 1, or row 3, seat 1. Like, what? Or English class. Like, it's dumb. It's so dumb.
My favorite were me, you, and Megan, like, reading all these. And
Yes.
Mitch and Dakota, which are their husbands, they literally were like, kill me now. Like, are we done with this?
Yeah. And Dakota's like, Amelia, it's way past Amelia's bedtime. Please let this be over.
And we're like, we have 7 more.
No. And they're all literally carbon
5
copies of each other saying how much, just professing their undying love. But then one of the things in there was from your birthday. I don't remember
Yes.
what birthday it would have been.
I don't know.
But Kayla made a scavenger hunt. And we were to go into the mall and go to all these stores, and she had hints for every single thing. And like the first one, which is the only one we did, just so we're all clear, it was like go to Victoria's Secret and find a polka dot bra and try it on, and you had to take a picture of everything. We went to do that, and literally the woman caught us. I mean, we were literally just in the middle of the store.
Yeah.
And we put it on, like, I don't even think we put it on. We just held it up over our clothes.
But maybe because we had, like, the papers with us
And then
or
we were
something.
giggling probably
Yeah.
like maniacs.
Yeah.
And she was like, what are you doing? And we were like, oh, we're doing a scavenger hunt for our birthday. She's like, you're not allowed to do those. You're going to get kicked out of the mall. Please leave. I remember that. She was so mean. And you told me Kayla used to work at Victoria's Secret, right? And they were all so mean.
She started there, and she said they were mean, so
Yeah.
she quit. Yeah.
So-
I don't even think she really, like,
Victoria's
worked there.
Secret, get it
Suck
together.
it.
Yeah. No one even likes your stuff anyways.
No.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's not
We
practical.
don't want to wear that.
No, we don't. Okay. But then the rest were so cute. It was like to go to Sephora and like
Yeah.
recreate a makeup look like
We
on
should
each
have
other.
done it.
I know. Let's just do it now. I have all the papers.
I told her about that, and she was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about
I feel
that.
so bad because she had to spend so much time on that. Like
Yeah.
the way it was all, and she like made us envelopes
I know.
out of construction paper.
After that, I was like, man, that really took a lot of time, and that meant a lot
It's
to me.
so sweet. And then
Yeah.
we didn't even do it because we thought we were going to get kicked out. But like this one employee from Victoria's Secret has literally no power.
Listen,
so
Karen.
yes, literally, she was a Karen in the making because she was probably like 18. Yeah.
She was just jealous.
She was jealous of our friendship, clearly.
As if.
She was like, we've been getting a lot of scavenger hunts in here lately, and they get kicked out. I was like, what is that even? No, you don't.
Kiss our butts, Karen.
I can't imagine that's a popular thing. Scavenger
No.
hunts? No.
We could bring it back, though.
I think we should.
Yeah.
I love scavenger hunts.
I do, too.
That's now what we do every year for my birthday and also for Christmas, because my parents found out I literally am obsessed with solving all these riddles.
Oh, your parents do them for you.
Yes.
That's
Which
so nice.
we started doing it like 2 or 3 years ago. And I didn't even realize that this is something I enjoyed so much. I had no idea. And she did it one year, and she was, she was like, I don't even know what to get you guys, so I just got you guys cash. So she literally was like, but I wanted to make it fun, so I made it a scavenger hunt. It was like
Aw.
on a whim. I ate that up. I was sprinting through the house, drenched in sweat on Christmas morning. And we all had the same clues, me, Shane, and Mitchell.
Yeah.
But they didn't even get to read them because I was just, oh, that's the basketball hoop in the basement. And then I'd run down the stairs and go get it. It was literally so much fun. And now every year that they do that.
Aw,
It's so
that's
fun.
cool.
I love it.
I love that.
I love it. It like unlocks something in my brain. It's so fun.
And I feel like any competition, you're like, let's go.
Yes.
You have to
I
win.
am. Oh. I want to do a game night. Do you like games?
I love games. And I feel like I don't have anyone who loves games with
I
me.
am obsessed with games, Hope. You don't
Okay.
even know.
Here's the thing. Let me
What?
tell you about this.
Okay.
Game. So my work did a like fun night at a game. It's a game like slash. It's not really a bar. It's like a restaurant. They have beer, but like it's downtown. I forget what it's called.
Is this
Or
something
it's
that we
not
could go to on a
downtown.
girls'
It's
night?
on like High Street.
Or no?
I feel
It's
like it would be
different
like
vibe.
a chill, like
Okay.
just go. But they have all these games, and you go and you can get food and drinks.
Oh
and
wait,
stuff.
the arcade?
No, it's not an arcade.
Okay.
It's
What is that?
just board
Bit?
games.
20.
16-bit
16-bit,
or something.
yeah.
No, this is just. I'll have to like send you a link.
Okay.
It's not like amazing, but it's fun. Like it doesn't look amazing.
Yeah.
But it's like just fun.
It's like a bar with games.
Yeah, there's like every game you could imagine.
I
there.
love it.
Yeah, so we went and for work and I was like, I don't know, like, what do you guys want to play? And everyone I was with, they were like, we don't really like board games. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
You suck, all of you.
So I got them to play Scrabble.
Wow,
which
fun stuff.
I like Scrabble.
Oh, do you?
I do because, I don't know, I do like Scrabble. It's not like my favorite game.
I've played it like once and I'm not good at it.
Oh.
You know me in
I
words.
also think it's funny to do like dirty Scrabble, like where like it has to be like a cuss word or like
goodness,
something.
Hope.
You know, me and my sisters used to just die laughing at that. And my mom be like, "That's beautiful, girls."
That's just beautiful.
Yeah, but I didn't do that because it was a work night. But so
and you were with your work colleagues. Yeah.
So one of my friends from work came and she was like, "Oh, there's this game I know. Like, do you guys want to try it?" And I forget what it was called, but basically, like, you had all these words on cards.
Code names.
Do you already know this?
Code names?
Is it?
Okay, well, I don't know.
Where you have to, like, give people clues, but you can't say the name.
Yep,
but
I have it at home.
With, like, the red
and
the
I
blue
also
people.
have Disney code names, too.
Hang on. But is it the one where there's the different cards and
correct?
Hang on.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get me to guess.
Steamroller, hang on.
I thought you were trying to get me to guess.
No.
You're telling
me. Like, where it's, like, on the board, it's half is the other team and half are yours. So if you guess the other person, it's that same one. I loved that game. I wanted to play it all night. And after, like, the fourth round, they were like, I'm going home. And I'm like, guys, please, I want to play game night.
I have it at home. I absolutely love it. I also, thank you to Liv, got the Disney code names because she got that for me for my birthday or Christmas. It was for Christmas.
Who's gonna play with us?
Liv will. She likes that.
Okay, that's 3. We need one more.
Mitchell doesn't like games, but I think I could force him.
He has to play with us.
Okay.
He could just sit there and we just need a 4th.
If Megan doesn't have her baby tomorrow,
yes.
she could come.
Yes.
Because she's literally about to have this baby any day now.
Yes.
I think she wants us to talk about that.
Oh, well, we did.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yes. It was so much fun.
Oh, I love code names.
I love games in general.
I really am partial to high energy games. I'm sure you probably could guess that. Have you ever played Heads Up?
Yeah. On the phones?
Probably like one of my favorite games.
Do you not remember in Michigan when we played Heads
Up? Oh, there we go. Yes. Yes.
Trying to think about.
What was it? I was jumping like.
What was the word? Like big or something?
Big. And I just got up on the couch and I was like a maniac.
And Megan and I were like, what?
Yeah. I didn't say it was good, but I like to play it. I like that. I like catchphrase.
Okay.
There's this game Concept, and it's so much fun. We don't actually play it by the rules. It's like, well, it's confusing to explain, but it's really fun. Concept.
I'm also big, like, I like the classics, like Clue.
Yeah.
Bananagrams. That's pretty high energy when people start saying banana.
I've never played Bananagrams.
Oh, okay.
See, I think I'm not as much of a slow, chill board game person.
Card games, spoons.
Love spoons.
Oh
boy.
I can F up some spoons.
We used to play bullshit together.
Yes.
But it was bologna sandwich.
Was that the one where you had to slap?
No.
There was another one too then. I forget what happened. So
the bologna one is like if you're lying.
Yes. I remember we got in trouble and I was in high school.
Because you said bullshit?
No.
Oh.
Megan was over, we were playing spoons. And it was like Megan, me, our friend Jeremy, and then Macy and Kayla. But whenever somebody would get the spoons, like we would literally take the rest of them. And our house had like the cutouts where you can like see into the next room.
Yes.
But there's like half a wall.
Yes.
We literally would take them and like throw them and we'd all be like diving to like kill each other. And then there was one time we all went to grab the spoon at the same time. Well, our friend like slapped down on Macy's hand on accident and she had these really big acrylic nails on.
Oh no.
And it like ripped one off. So she's crying in the corner, but at the same time when they slapped it, it like flipped the fork up and that hit the light, like cracked the light bulb. We were in so much trouble.
I bet you were.
But it was so much. I love games like that. I'm always down for a good game night.
Okay. Well, that's great to know. I don't even think I knew that about you.
Let's go. I want to go to that place. Let's go.
Okay.
Put it on the books.
We'll do it on the day we go to the book loft and the coffee place.
Yeah.
And then
it's all,
later we'll go and do that. That feels like a very like
we need a whole day.
in the same realm, you know?
Mitch. We're going to need a whole day.
Manager, I would request we have a day.
We'd like it to take some PTO.
From my day job. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh, now I'm so excited.
Yeah. Okay, should we get into the book?
I guess we should. 30
Probably.
minutes in. Da 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 da. Okay. What is it, Hope?
This week, we're discussing People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I feel like we're taking a tour of Emily Henry books.
We
and
definitely
I am
are.
here for it. Shall I read the back?
I think you shall.
Okay. 2 best friends. 10 summer trips. One last chance to fall in love. Poppy and Alex. Alex and Poppy. They,
Sorry.
They have nothing in common. She's a wild child. He wears khakis. She has insatiable wanderlust. He prefers to stay home with a book. And somehow, ever since a fateful car share home from college many years ago, they are the very best of friends. For most of the year, they live far apart. She's in New York City and he's in their small hometown. But every summer for a decade, they have taken one glorious week of vacation together. Up until 2 years ago, when they ruined everything. They haven't spoken since. This is long. Hang on.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like we're in it now, so I'm gonna finish. Poppy has everything she would want, but she's stuck in a rut. When someone asks when she was last truly happy, she knows without a doubt that it was on that ill-fated final trip with Alex. And so she decides to convince her best friend to take one more vacation together. Lay everything on the table, make it right. Miraculously, he agrees. Now she has a week to fix everything. If only she can get around the one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly perfect relationship. What could possibly go wrong?
Dun dun dun.
Whew, that was a lot.
That's a really long description.
I know.
Okay, we have not talked about this literally at all.
No.
What did you rate this book, Hope?
Okay. I have a lot to say.
Okay,
but I'll just give you the number first.
Okay. Well, yeah, because we'll just do the non-spoilers.
Yeah.
And then spoilers.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna give this book. I'm still debating.
I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
I'm gonna give this book a. The way you're looking at me, I feel nervous.
My
like
eyes
I'm
are
gonna
so
disappoint
wide.
you.
It's okay.
I'm gonna give this book a 3.5. But I have a lot of reasons why. Just bear with me.
No, you can think whatever you want.
Also, I'd like to point out that I've read like all of her other books too, so I have a lot to compare to.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm gonna wait till the spoilers to get in. What did you rate this?
A 5.
Whoa!
I rated it a 5.
Really?
I loved it so
you
much.
did?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I told you I feel bad,
You
but
don't have to feel bad.
I've got stuff to say. But
Listen, you're a big coho girl, and I've been
am.
very vocal about not being a very big coco.
You're not Coco for Coho.
Correct. So it's okay. We can like different things.
Yeah.
And I totally understand why someone would not rate this a 5.
Yeah.
But
I've
I-
got good points to back it up, I feel like.
Yeah. And see, I need to get my thoughts in order.
Yeah. But at the same time, I loved it. I just
Good.
have a couple complaints.
Well, you can love a 3.5 book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. So, okay, we're getting into the spoilers part. What did you think of the book? Let me hear it.
I immediately fell in love with Alex. Like right off the bat when we started reading.
That's
I was
so
like,
funny.
he's the cutest. Like, and I related to him in a lot of ways. Like I'm more, it's hard to believe, but I'm more like quiet and reserved unless I'm with Brooke and then it's crazy town. But what?
It's just funny because I was Poppy.
I know.
I was like, oh, I totally get you, Poppy.
And
I
you
totally
said that.
get you.
That's the only thing you said to me when I hadn't started reading it yet. You were like, I really relate to Poppy.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I actually, like, during the book, I was like, yeah, she is like Brooke. But I'm kind of like Alex in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, more reserved and just, like, I can be more serious, I feel like. I feel like
Well, it
it depends on the vibes I'm in. But I was like, I love him. He's such a pure heart.
Yes.
Like, he's honest. You know where you stand with him. Like,
Yep.
he's not going to be pushed into something he doesn't want to do. Like, he's just who he is.
Yes.
So I immediately was like, I love this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my complaints about the book and my loves about the book go hand in hand. So it was really confusing for me. So I think, okay, my love of this book was that there was their friendship.
Yes.
Okay. I like loved it. It just makes you think of that, like your best male friend. And I think everybody needs one. And I just loved it so much. But my complaint was that the love story in it, I felt like dragged. Like you didn't get a lot of like the love story. It was more based on the friendship.
Yeah.
So I love the friendship, but I obviously like I'm expecting this big love story. And even though it's mostly about the friendship. And while I loved it, it just didn't meet my expectations.
Yeah.
Of like,
you were expecting there to be like something.
this huge like, and there was like,
Well, it was a friends to lovers, so.
yeah, but it wasn't as like not hot and heavy. That doesn't feel right. But like, that's not what I meant. It wasn't this like. I
hear
like
what you're
the
saying.
focus was more on their friendship.
Yeah, it was.
And I love that. And
Yeah.
I haven't read anything like that.
It was just different than what you expected.
Yeah. So I just was like, oh, okay. This wasn't like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think I liked it for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't know anything about this book, so I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I get that whenever you go into a book with expectations, even if you don't care if it's different,
Yeah.
you think it's going to be one way and it's not.
Yeah.
And it just like, it rattles you or something. And I totally get that. And it doesn't even mean it's worse or something.
Yeah.
But it's just different than what you thought. So it like, you're like not sure what to think.
Yeah.
So I totally get
I
that.
also like through romance novels and stuff, and well, really just in general, like I love a good like confident man who's like takes charge and stuff, and he's more reserved, and so she's almost like fighting for the things to go on, and so that too, it wasn't just as like woo, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, Alex, I love
I
Alex, but it's not
see.
like Alex, you know. I feel like I can't say like my or like I can't.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Do you get where I'm stepping in? You know,
I'm smelling what you're snipping. Yeah. Okay. That totally makes sense. Yeah.
But I really loved it.
What you like about him is also
What I didn't like.
what
about
you didn't
him.
like about him.
Yeah.
For a romance.
Yes.
For romance purposes.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
This was a very slow burning friend to lover.
It was.
story.
It was a 12-year slow burn.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. Yeah. I personally loved that. And first of all, I was never bored during the book. And I've heard some people be bored during it. But I feel like I can't get bored when a book is like in different timelines.
Yeah.
And it flips back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
I just can't get bored because my mind has to switch completely. Or like when they do different points of view. I love that. Obviously, that's not what this book was. But I love the whatever.
I like the back and forth.
I don't know what that's called. Timelines. Oh, alternating timelines.
Yeah. I love that too.
Yeah.
I think I wasn't bored, but there were a couple times when I was like, okay, I just want to know what
Can
happens.
we get onto the romance, please?
Because it was a long time. Like, I'm like, I just want to know how this ends.
I get that, yeah.
Because it was like leading you up to like, oh, this big hurt.
Yeah.
Everything was ending in, but then this big hurt. So I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, and I love that.
Yeah.
I like the suspense of that. And I realize in a lot of, I think, so like this book was like that. Yeah. Love in Other Words was like that. And Every Summer After was like that. Mm-hmm. And I loved all three of these. Like, I think I like the anticipation because so when I was younger, I used to read a lot of mysteries. Yeah. The whole time in a mystery, you are waiting and suspense is building to figure out what happened. And I like when that's added into like a romance. Yeah. I really enjoy that. Yeah. And I really, really liked to see the friendship and how that built into the romantic relationship. And we hear Poppy's thoughts about how much she actually does love him. Mm-hmm. Like we find out like 5 summers ago, wherever that trip was, I can't remember, somewhere tropical, but it was raining. The whole time it rained. So they went to a bar, and then we find out she loved him. She was like, I love him. And I loved hearing all that. Because I feel like a lot of times in like these books, like enemies to lovers or friends to lovers, everyone's denying everything, even in their mind. And I hate that. to me, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I know that we all like probably lie to ourselves, but
Yeah.
like I hate when the inner dialogue is like, ew, why am I feeling these feelings? I hate that. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I don't like that. I don't feel like
Yeah.
that's how I guess I don't talk to myself that way. So maybe that's why I feel like it's not very realistic.
Yeah.
But I liked how she was like, okay, I love him. Like,
I do feel like they were honest to themselves, but
Yes.
also with each other they were honest, even though it wasn't about like the I love you part, but they were
Yeah.
always honest about
they were. I liked
everything
that.
else, you
yeah.
know? It was just like a pure relationship the whole
Yeah,
time.
I was honestly kind of surprised. I mean, I wasn't surprised that they became friends, but like, so they first met at the orientation thing.
Yeah.
And she was like making jokes with him, and he's like, whatever. They didn't really gel very well.
No.
Like at all. Because he thought she was like a caricature, basically.
Yeah.
And she was like, what is this dud doing here?
Yeah. I think she immediately made jokes about his khakis.
Because he had
too, right?
khakis, and then he had a University of
Yeah.
Chicago shirt on.
Yeah.
And he was wearing that to this orientation party. So yeah, they really didn't mix well. But then they had their ride share back to
That somebody else
Ohio.
set up, and they didn't even know.
They didn't realize it was
yeah.
So, but then their banter was great. As of course,
Yes.
it's Emily Henry, so it's going
I
to be
love the
great
banter.
banter. Love it. I also like that they're from Ohio. That was
did
cool.
too,
Is
yeah.
Linfield a place, or is that fake? Obviously, it's close to Cincinnati, I think,
Well, there's a Linfield University, so I think it is.
in Ohio.
Yep.
Okay, great. That's cool. I love that she adds those little tidbits.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
felt cool because you were like, oh,
I feel
I
like,
know that place.
Yeah, I feel like there was another book of hers that someone was from Ohio.
Oh, I think you're right.
I think.
I can't remember.
It doesn't matter, I guess.
No. But way to represent OH.
IO. Oh, they had their ride share, and then basically it was them like they were bantering, but it was a lot of just like she was figuring out how weird he was.
Yeah.
And he was figuring out like she's like cool with basically everything, and he's absolutely not cool with
Yeah.
everything. I wanted to say I love how I feel like Emily Henry, like there's other authors that do what they do very well, but I feel like she makes people so realistic.
Yes.
Like these two are quite the characters. They
Yeah.
really are. They're very much like a character type.
Yeah.
'Cause she's
and
like
we
this-
related to them both.
Yes. Like just I feel like sometimes when you're reading a book and you read something about a character, and then the author will just throw in like a random thing, like,
Yeah.
and they don't like peanut butter, something dumb like that, and then that's their thing, their weird quirk,
Yeah.
and it feels like super unnatural.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an actual example, but I
No,
can't.
but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's just something quirky, and then like it might be a joke for the whole book or whatever,
Yeah.
but like it doesn't really tell you anything about that person, and also it feels kind of out of left field, but they're trying to make them like a relatable person who has
Yeah.
quirks. But I feel like she does that so well with her characters.
Yeah.
And makes them this whole person
Yeah.
without it being out of left field. It feels very real. Like I
Yeah.
could know these people
Yeah,
in real
because you
life.
could tell, like, it wasn't her just saying, oh, he's reserved, he's kind of quirky, he's weird.
Yeah.
It was just in everything he did.
Yes.
You could tell.
I don't know. If she's like got some magic. Emily Henry does.
I love Emily Henry.
Yeah.
And all of her books. Well, I feel like you can do this with any book, but like especially her, you picture yourself there, and I feel like you can feel all the feels
Yeah.
and like see what she's talking about.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You really like get transformed in her books.
Yeah, I still feel like Happy Place is unbeatable.
I
want to
reread that
I know,
again.
me too. I want to wait a little bit because
I let my friend
give
borrow
myself-
it, but I'm like, I need that back.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
think-
read it.
Megan has mine.
Megan, you better give it back.
Well, I don't know. I have too many things to read. I feel like I have so many things I want to read.
And just not
It's,
enough
like,
time.
Not enough time. I literally want to read so many things, and then like I feel like all I'm reading are like the most popular books.
Yeah.
But I want to get into other books that aren't as popular.
Yeah.
But like I don't even have time to read the popular books. Oh, too
It's
many
such a
things.
struggle.
And then they keep coming out with new ones. But yeah.
I think another thing that I was like really disappointed in is when in the book when she was like finally honest with him and like they finally got together.
In Croatia?
Yes.
Oh,
and
okay,
then
yes.
No.
Oh.
After. So they got
The
together in
real
Croatia,
present?
but then like in the present when they finally like got back together and he was like, "Nope, wait, like I need you to make this decision." Like I was like, "Oh, they're going to get together." And then he was like, nope, wait. And then he like left and went back. And I was like, oh my gosh, we already went through.
Because she wasn't sure.
I know.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was time. And then again, it was like, not yet.
Yeah.
So then that was another thing where I was like, come on.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I do like it because, well, yeah, I was kind of like, okay.
It was a
let's
character
ramp
growth
it up.
moment.
They both went to therapy.
That's another thing about Emily Henry.
Emily Henry.
She always talks about like mental health
Yes.
and like good things in her books.
Because, I mean, yeah, Alex was basically, I don't know what this would be called, but I feel like it's a form of abuse if you have to take care of your siblings at age 6.
Correct.
I don't know what that's called, but I understand grief is an insane bear that is just, I couldn't imagine, especially because his dad, whatever, his mom died in childbirth of the youngest kid. So absolutely traumatic for everyone. You know, the dad, that would be absolutely terrible. But he was like not doing anything, not taking care of his infant, his newborn. But the 6-year-old had to do it.
Yep.
And while I understand that is earth-shattering for the dad, the kid now has to mix up formula for his newborn baby brother. Yeah. That feels abusive to me.
Yeah.
Is that a type of abuse? I don't know.
One could probably argue that. Yeah.
So he had that, and then she has bullying issues, and then she loves her family, but also her families are like hoarders. Yeah. Which she talks about a lot. Yeah. Like she still loves them or whatever, but I feel like that would still be like a difficult place to grow up in, even if there's a lot of love. But she also had issues because she felt she was never, like, she never belonged to anyone. Right. And then Alex came along and she belonged to Alex.
I loved it. Like, I did love this book, so I feel bad now that I said 3.5 because I did love it, but I just had some complaints.
They're totally valid. Cool. I get what you're saying. You're valid, Hope.
Thank you.
Your opinion is valid.
Thank you.
And it's heard. But yeah, so I love that they both went to therapy. Yeah. Because I do feel like a lot of times in books, which we don't always need to have a whole big therapy lesson and all that stuff, okay? But a lot of times in books, it's like, you love me? Okay, let's be together. Yes. You know, which I'm fine with that. I really am, because that's fun to read. But it was like super real life. Yeah. Not that everyone goes to therapy when they need to, but that's really actually way more of the truth. But it was like they were really dealing with these issues, and they both got separate help. It's like the most healthy possible thing you could do.
And then came back together.
But
what I like about her too is she doesn't overdo it.
No.
Like with the therapy and like medicine, all that stuff. She just like adds little bits in there, and you're like, yes, this is like a real story.
Yes, exactly. Everything she does is very tasteful, I feel like. It's very, it's never too much or too little. Yeah. Okay. There is, I feel like the Croatia thing, the big event that led to them not speaking for 2 years, I felt was very underwhelming.
Agreed.
Yes. I was shocked that all that happened is that they kissed. That's literally all that happened. I was in shock when I read that because I was, again, think about Love and Other Words and Every Summer After It, both very traumatic events happening or whatever, big events.
Even like Happy Place.
Again, yes. I was just kind of like, that's what made you not talk for 2 years? They kissed, and then he was like, we shouldn't be doing this.
And then he kind of acted like nothing happened, right?
She acted like that. She did. And so she thought this was not a big deal, and she was just wanting him for a fling.
Just a big miscommunication.
That was a big which I hate miscommunication.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like that was enough to literally
warrant not
get
talking
rid of your friendship too.
And they were like best friends, and I get why they both did not admit their love for each other for the 10 years, because she talks about it. She's like, I don't care that I'm so deeply in love with him. I absolutely cannot lose him as a friend because he is my person. Yeah. So I get that. But then once that seal had been broken and things were weird, then I don't get why that wasn't said. Yeah. Because it made sense to me before. They're both trying to protect that relationship.
Yeah. But if it was gone.
It's gone already, and then you're not speaking for 2 years. Yeah. And what? He thought it wasn't a big deal for her, and then she felt rejected by him. Yeah. So, but like, again, that's just not, I don't feel like that's big enough to warrant the 2-year gap.
Yeah. I felt that way too.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like a lot of the reason that they also did not like professed their love for each other in the 10 years was because they knew they both wanted different things.
Right.
He was like, I want a family. I want to live in Ohio and teach at our high school. At the one she went to. Did they both go to the same high school? No. East and West Linfield. Yeah. And she wants to travel the world and meet people and live in New York and she wanted to get out of, that was very clear.
Yeah.
She hates Ohio. She craps on Ohio. And so I feel like that's also a reason. Because like if they do that, they're like, well, who's going to like change their life?
Yeah.
So that makes sense too. Because then it's like, well, if I do that, it's not even going to pan out. And then I ruined it for no reason.
Yeah.
So that's also another good reason I feel like why they didn't say anything for that long.
Yeah. But I liked at the end how when they were together, they were trying out both places to like see where their home was.
That
and
was
then she
very
said,
sweet.
But her home was where he was. So I was hoping they ended up back in Ohio. Go Bucks.
Well, that was a big thing. I really like I feel like this one and Happy Place, they both talked about like the girl's job.
Yeah.
And they both quit their jobs, I guess, in those books. But like how she was like, I don't even like this job anymore. I have burnout or whatever. And she realized the reason, which I think is why this is named that.
Yeah.
She loved the people that she met when on these vacations. Because I thought the name of the book, I thought it was just like we said, like just another name for a summer read. It
grabs your attention.
But I feel like it does grab your attention, but it's also in reference to what she wanted.
Yeah.
She wanted to make connections with people.
Yeah. And I feel like with this one and Happy Place, how they both like give up their jobs. It's not a like, it's not like, because I feel like people look at me like, oh, the girls are giving up their lives for them. But they both had issues. Like they weren't fulfilled in life. They weren't. And then they like figured out what they wanted. Yeah. So I don't think it's like a.
No. Well, and she's still doing her job. She's doing the one she actually wants to do.
Yeah. Did you think that the part about him getting a vasectomy was weird?
Yep.
When
I did not see that coming.
When he said that, I was like, what?
Well, she gets startled in that moment, and I did the exact same thing. I was like, wait, what?
Very
extreme.
No, it was very noble of him, I feel like, because
he did it.
Shut up. No, I'm kidding.
Why did he do it, Hope?
He did it because she had a pregnancy scare with the other guy that she was with, but they were still friends. They were on a trip together at the time. So he was still with her through that, and she went to him for it too, which is, they loved each other.
They sure did.
But he just was like so,
he was like I could never do that
for her. Yeah, that he went and got a vasectomy. But was like,
I like that personal responsibility on him.
It's something you've not heard a lot.
Never heard that.
Ever.
Literally ever.
Yeah. But it was very nice of him. But just reading it, I was like, what?
That's an extreme move. But really, for the girls are taking birth control and ruining their freaking lives taking birth control. I can speak from experience, everyone. And or getting an IUD. An IUD is a surgical procedure.
Yeah.
Well, is that considered surgical?
I don't know.
Whatever. So
very noble of him. Just was kind of like, what?
Never heard of that before. Yeah. But I think that's just because guys don't do anything and we have to do freaking everything. Am I right, ladies? I just saw a video today on Instagram about, it was like just a funny video about this girl pretending to be her OB. Yeah. Or I guess it would be a gynecologist, and she's like, you ready to put the IUD in? No anesthesia, no whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like listing all the things that she couldn't have. And she's like, did you take your aspirin? And then just basically making fun of how freaking absurd it is. Yeah. That if you want to get an IUD to prevent pregnancy, you will go in raw. And they throw it in there, and then you go drive home. Yeah. And she's like,
they don't really throw it. They like spike it in there.
And then she's like, all right, and you know what? Don't worry. This is like nothing compared to when you take it out. Good luck with that one. Like apparently it's way worse when you get it taken out. I've never had one and I never will. But like we do that with nothing to like help with the pain at all. And the guys get their vas deferens cut, and which I get that. I mean, they're literally going internally.
Yeah.
So are we, though.
Yeah. We've set Brooke off now. So thank you, Alex, for taking one.
Taking one for the team.
For the boys.
Goodness gracious. Don't get me started on what women have to go through to have a baby, and we're expected to do certain things without any pain management. And I don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it on here. Should I?
No.
Should I use my platform?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll just say it's a lot.
It's a lot. And we don't deserve it. Okay? That's all I'll say.
I didn't mean to set you completely off on this.
I'm feeling fired up.
This is why we appreciated Alex.
Thank you, Alex Nielsen. Okay. This is the thing I was trying to say earlier.
What?
So I went on Emily Henry's website for something. I don't remember what.
Oh.
But there was an excerpt, an extended beach read excerpt on there. And can I tell you about it? Because it involves this book.
Mouth drop.
I guess if you have not read Beach Read,
Yeah.
skip forward like a minute.
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5. I talk a lot. Basically, they're at the airport. January and Gus are at the airport.
Okay.
She's pregnant.
Yes.
Because
Did that happen?
They're married. No, they're married now.
No, it wasn't.
I forgot. I spoiled it. That's at the very end. That's the surprise at the end. Damn it! That's like the whole freaking point of it. What?
I love you. You're not cutting that.
I was going to try to retell it, but we already know. Okay, well, forget that I said that part, that she's pregnant. So they're at the airport. I don't remember why they were out. Stop. They were doing something because they're both authors. I don't know. They were at their flight got delayed, so they're at the bar in the airport, and they look over or they hear people singing in the corner, and there's like some karaoke situation happening at the airport.
Okay.
And it's Poppy and Alex doing karaoke in the middle of the airport. So they must have been on one of their trips.
Wow.
And she was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is the hottest man in the world." So they were already together too.
Yeah.
At this time. And I just thought it was so cute to have a
I
little.
have to read that.
What's that called?
Like an epilogue type.
What's it called when you have someone that pops into the show?
I don't know.
Tell me.
I don't know.
Spotlight? No. Someone who's featuring. Feature?
Sure.
Like when there's a famous person on
I know what you're saying. I don't know the name for it.
When there's a feature.
Cameo?
Cameo!
Oh, was that it?
Yes! It was just so fun because there was a Poppy and Alex cameo in the Beach Read epilogue. It was so fun.
I don't know why you keep repeating it because you're not cutting any of
No,
that out.
I have to cut it.
No, you're not.
I sound like a freaking moron.
No.
Okay. And then they're just like, I wasn't going to say anymore. They were just like, oh, they're so cute. And then, I don't know. And then Gus notices that she's not drinking her drink. And I was kind of like, ma'am, that was probably a $20 cocktail.
Yeah, especially at the airport.
But she did it for effect, basically, so he wouldn't know. And then she was going to tell him right then. And then she's like, basically, I'm pregnant. And then I think he cries. I don't remember. I'm not going to say that. Don't put words in my mouth. And then he's so excited. And then they're like talking about painting the nursery. And then it's done. So basically, they're married. And they're having a baby. And then there was a Poppy and Alex cameo. I did not say that very well. I said that as complicated as possible.
It was amazing, though.
Thank you.
I love that.
I don't know why authors have not reached out to me to
Honestly.
summarize their books for them. Anyways, that was a really good book.
Loved it. I was thinking when you were talking about Gus noticing that she wasn't drinking the drink.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when we went out?
Yes. I was thinking that earlier.
You were?
Yes.
So my sister Kayla and her husband invited all of us out they did like that pedal wagon tour where it's like
so much fun, by the way.
It's like a trolley that's bikes, basically. Like you have to pedal it to get it to go.
So fun.
Honestly, it was the best time.
Yeah.
But during it, and I had some suspicions before that like
Yes.
my sister was pregnant, but I was like, no, and I didn't want to just ask,
Correct.
That's kind of rude.
Yeah.
So we were on it, and I was like telling Brooke and Mitch, I'm like, I think she's pregnant, but I don't know. So we were watching her the whole night.
We were like a hawk.
And we were like looking, and we're like, she hasn't taken one drink.
But she was always holding one.
Yes. And then the one time she took her drink to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And she came out and I was like, okay, that thing is half gone now. She wasn't drinking in the bathroom. So I asked her, I'm like, Kayla, what'd you get to drink? And she was like, oh, it's a Sprite and vodka. And I'm like, oh, can I have a drink? And she's like, no. And usually she would totally let me. And I'm like, you liar. You're
Yes.
pregnant. And then we found out shortly after that.
No, but then she went and got shots.
Yes.
Yes. With her friend.
Yes.
They came back and did shots. And we were
Yes.
like, oh, she's not.
Yes.
Because we literally saw her take a shot. But she just faked it. It was water.
But we were right.
You were correct.
So.
She was with child, as was January.
Yeah, another Emily Henry book. Amazing. We have one more that we're going to do, right? The Book Lovers. Was that on it?
No, that's not on our list.
Oh.
But we can.
I already read it.
Yeah. I have that at home. I just haven't read it yet.
Do you? Okay. I'm not going to tell you my thoughts until you read it.
It was your least favorite of the Emily Henrys, right?
Did I already tell you that?
No, but you already told me you didn't like it very much.
Oh. It was my least favorite. But I might read it again.
I
Because maybe I was just in a mood.
Maybe.
You know?
Oh, I also heard that there's a point where Poppy and Alex are reading by the pool, and he pulls out an Augustus Everett novel.
I totally missed that.
Me too. I don't know how I didn't catch that. We literally just read Peach Read.
Yeah, I don't know. What did you say?
I was reading the crappy discussion questions in the back of the book.
Oh.
It was silly.
I'm always a little bit sad at the end of the books because when I'm
Always.
looking at the end of the, like, where I'm at in the book, I'm like, oh, I have a lot more. And then there's always
80
like,
pages
yeah,
after of discussion questions or an excerpt from the next book.
acknowledgments, all of it. Yeah.
Shoot.
I
I
know.
also heard this was basically her version of When Harry Met Sally.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either, but
Maybe we should watch it.
I think we should. But I think it's very similar from what I heard. I've never seen it, so don't quote me on that either. Don't quote me on most everything. Okay? That's a good rule of thumb. Should we go?
Probably.
I think we should. We're calling it a day, folks.
Bye.
Bye.